Hello, I'm the TheZOMBIEJ. T should be over here, not over there. It's time to talk about some, well, Bionicle stuff. This time, well, we're going to be discussing about the Rahi. I've already talked about Rahi before, I feel. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I want to talk about the Rahi, and basically, well, why they used to be great. In 2001, we got the Rahi. Nui Jaga, Nui Rama, Kanera and Muwaka. Manas are the most expensive set, and the Terakava. I had the Terakava, like 5 years after they were released, but those were cool. They were supposed to be lizards. I don't see it. But if you have an imagination, they can be lizards. While these Rahi were, it's pretty obvious what they were going for in terms of, you know, what they're supposed to be. Like the Muwaka is supposed to be a tiger. The Kanera was a bull. Bullshit. Gotcha. The Nui Jaga were scorpions, and the Nui Rama were mosquito. Yep. And these were cool. They had functions, obviously. With the Terakava, you could flip levers on their backs to make them punch. And that is fucking fun. I had so much fun with those. It's not even funny. But you could also make them leaning forward for like a spring action pneumatic thing. While they're with their treads going on the ground or on a table or whatever. You knock their heads down, then you can knock the mask off. Those were so much fun. The only Rahi I ever got from 2001. So yeah, those were cool. I eventually got the Nui Rama for Christmas one year, like a few years or so ago. Actually, no, it was more like I want to say 2019, something like that. The Nui Rama, you just push on a thing on their tail and it makes their wings clap, which is kind of cool, but fairly minimalist. With the Muwaka and the Kanera, you grip them on the torso and you squeeze, and it accordions out their head, and they chomp. That's pretty cool. And again, they have the tread thing. Those are awesome. I never had them myself, but I've played around with the concept of those types of Rahi. I have a Nui Jaga. Only one. But it's a simple function. You pull a trigger, you grab onto the thing on its undercarriage, I guess that's its dick, and you pull the trigger thing right underneath it. It lunges the tail forward and down, while its head goes back. That's pretty cool. It's so much fun. It's a shame I don't have the purple Nui Jaga. And of course the Manas, we know what the Manas do. They're remote controlled. You push buttons, and they, at the same time, treads move, and there's punching action, which is kind of cool. These were classic Rahi, I'd say. Well, there was also the Master Builder set, which had classic Rahi builds that had minimal functions. Some of them had no functions, like the Phycow Spider, or the Hoi Turtle. Hoi, 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 hoi. And there was other Rahi that didn't really do anything. Some of them had gear functions. Some of them were just lever actions, like the kangaroo thing. It was just do the punch. Yeah. The Master Builder Rahi are fucking awesome. They really are. You can build 15 different models with the parts given. One model at a time. except that the Phi-Cow Spider was eventually released as a promo poly bag. I still had, well actually I don't think I have the bag anymore, but I have the instructions and I still have the Phi-Cow Spider. It's over there on my stereo. These were cool. These were interesting, fun little Rahi. They definitely speak to the whole classic vibe of classic Bionicle, you know? They were awesome. These Rahi were great. 2002, we saw, well, some random Rahi that were using parts from different sets, like the Moo Cow thing. There's the Black Phi-Cow Spider, Tree Spider, whatever you want to call it. There's the Decapi. There's the Grasshopper thing. I don't remember the name of that thing, but it looked pretty cool. There were some classic designs here. There was even a frog. Toad-like thing. And then there was also the Kiraz crab-like thing with 4 legs and 2 pinchers. That was pretty cool. There were a lot of Rahi from 2001 and 2002, 2003 that were pretty cool. In 2003 we got the Gecko bird, which, you know, you hold on to its abdominal region, you pull a trigger thing, and it made its wings flap. Like, the best way I can stand it is like this. That's pretty cool. I had so much fun playing with that, and yet the instructions tell you to build it incorrectly. Why did you not catch that Lego? Fuck you. Takua and Puku, the Puku crab. So, in summer school of 1 year, I brought in Takua to class. We had to set our belongings along a wall. And I couldn't find Takua. Someone stole it. If you're the thief who stole my Takua set, fuck you. But I still had Puku. It's not existent anymore. Puku was fun. You had these pulley things with tires on them. And once you push the crab back and forth, it makes the 6 legs like that. It's pretty cool. It's so much fun. These 2 different Rahi builds. Now, of course, there was also the Makuta Nui combination thing, which... Was it really a Rahi? Was it? I don't know, honestly, but it was still cool. There were some other Rahi from 2002 and 2003 that I felt were still in the mold of classic, and they were great. The Rahi from the first 3 years were great, be it official models or combination models. There was some great stuff there. Then in 2004, things got really weird. You had this sentient Rahi called Kraka, where you could take parts from all 6 of the Toa Metru over there, cram them together and create this Rahi thing. I don't know what she was all about. I think it's a she, I don't remember. I don't get this combination model. It's supposed to be a Rahi, but it just looks like a mess. You will understand that Rahi, going from 2004 onwards, started to become a mess, and Kraka was one of them. Vaki combination models also tended to be a little bit messy sometimes. Toa Metru, well, no, the Toa Metru didn't do anything in terms of combination models. Or alternate models. Skybird did some alternate models for the Toa Metru, which are pretty cool. Check that out. Also, we got the, what was it? Kikinello. That's a pretty cool Rahi, I will say. It came with Toa Lecon, which... Why? You could have sold Toa Lecon separately, but no, you didn't. You need someone to ride the animal. And this was a cool Rahi. I felt it was, like the legs were shaped rather well, the head sculpt is pretty good. The overall just shelf presence of Kikinalo is pretty good. I like it. No functions. None at all. Features, more or less. You know, you could pose the thing however you want. A lot of posability can be done to this animal. It looks really cool. But no functions! Why? You couldn't be bothered to put a function in the Kikinalo, even if it just wags his fucking tail? It makes no sense. Then we got Nevok, the hawk-like, bird-like thing that was Taragoduma's bird friend thing with the massive claws on its feet. Yeah. And at least this one had a couple of functions. You fold down the thing on its front torso, you put Taragoduma in there, boom, and you squeeze the two tubes inward, and it expands the wings, and you go fly. I had fun with that one. It was pretty cool. Nevok, decent Rahi. The concept, a little weird. I mean, if you look at Nevok nowadays, it feels like, what were they going for with this one? I don't get it. It's just a weird bird-like Rahi that was just something different, you know? Then in 2005, we got things like the Gate Guardian, the Shoot Lurker, and the Kagarak. The Kagarak was a relevant one. I don't know if that was a Rahi, but it was pretty cool. But the other two seemed like kind of a mess. I really liked the Kagarak. I mean, the Kagarak is the best out of the three, in my opinion. Then there was two other models. I believe it was the Protocairn, and then there was the Flyer thing. The Flyer thing looked like shit. And you know what? So did the Protocairn. Voparak was not a Rahi, but Kitongu is, apparently. Not a traditional Rahi, but he's cool, I guess. I liked Kitongu. I definitely enjoyed building and playing with him. He had the spinning shield thingy, and he had a blade, which he never saw that blade in the movie. What the fuck? He can open up his chest, and his entire head and chest cavity just drops forward, and then you can pull the Rotuka spinner and it flies to you. That was cool. Minimal, but hey, it was decent for what it was. Kitongu was a pretty good set. The Hordika, we had, what was it? Frostellus. Yeah, Frostellus. Again, this one was a bit of a mess, to be honest. And you know what? So was the other three Hordika combination model. I don't remember the fucking name for it. And I'm sure you do. Post it in the comment section below. There was a combination model between Wenua, Vakama, and Matau. I don't remember the name of it. I apologize. And again, that one just looked like... It just looked weird. What was it supposed to be? Some kind of dragon? Because it was spitting fire. I mean, okay, sure. The other three Hordika models, you got this sea spider thing, which, okay, it was alright, I guess. The Rock Raptor was pretty cool, too. I liked the Rock Raptor. It was unique, using the Hordika bicep curl arms for legs. It's pretty cool. There was another model. I fucking can't remember. Cable crawler. There you go. I think that's what it was. And this one was all right, but it wasn't. It wasn't that great. In fact, I'd wager to say that the cable crawler was probably the weakest out of all three of them. Then the Rahaga. you had the Ice Vermin, which, yeah, I didn't like the Ice Vermin. I thought it was lame. And the Colony Drone, I felt was actually better, but again, it was just not that great. 2006, we saw combination models from the Matoran. We got the Lava Hawk, which I really like the Lava Hawk. I could totally see myself collecting all 6 of those Matoran again and building the Lava Hawk, and I don't know, perching it on my CD collection towers, one of them. And then there's the Dagger Spider, which I thought was pretty good, but it had its problems. The Dagger Spider was pretty cool, and so was the Lava Hawk. These were 2 interesting combination models. Then there's the Paraka, the Paraka that combine into stuff, and you know what, you have the 3 individual combination models that aren't that great for the most part. If I recall, I did not enjoy any of those. But when it came to the Protodax, or whatever that one was, that was okay for the most part. I feel like the Protodax was competent, but it just wasn't that great. Oh, and of course I forgot, in 2004 there was also the Tatarak, which was a mock that someone submitted in for a contest, and it was featured in a comic. That was pretty cool. I like the build of the Tatarak. It was pretty cool. I like it. Interesting. Anyway, back to 2006. As far as other Rahi from 2006... Oh wait, there's another combination model for the Paraka, and that's Ernak. Yeah, I never got Ernak. Tried building him with the 3 Paraka that make up Ernak, but yeah. There was 2 different Paraka Kaita combinations, and they were kind of weird. The Ernak one is probably the most iconic out of the 2, and the other one is just kind of shit. Oh boy. You can see a pattern here with each passing year, except for the classic era, the first 3 years. Rahi started to become messes and shit. There were some gems out there, like the Rock Raptor, I said, and the Lava Hawk, but you can understand that it does tend to get a little bit, just wrong. It feels wrong, some of these designs. With the Toa Inaika, there was no combo. Nope. None at all. So that sucks. Why not combine the Toa Inaika parts from them? And I mean, Nuparu has fucking claws, for Christ's sake. You could use those as like hands for a Rahi. That would be cool, but they didn't do that because they're morons. The only thing that we got that was close to being a Rahi, I guess, was Botar. And that was not a Rahi, honestly. It was a member of the Order of Mananui. Which is cool, it's nice to get those. 2006, very few Rahi builds. There was almost none. There was, again, some Paraka combinations that were kind of crap. There was the Lava Hawk and the Spider thing, which I thought were the best out of the ones we got. In terms of 2007, things got a little better with the Zyglak. Yeah, the Zyglak. I like the Zyglak. I thought it's a perfect combination model. It really is. It takes the best parts from Prydak, Takadox, and Kalma and crams them together into a vat of mutation substance and shits out the Zyglak. The Zyglak is Fucking awesome. No wonder a company wanted to create a bootleg of the set. You know what I'm talking about? Go watch Oso's video of where he reviews a bootleg Zyglak. That is pretty cool. They probably did the same thing with the Pit War tortoise. Another Rahi. It's a tortoise. It's a turtle thing. Not as good as the Zyglak. The Zyglak was actually more story relevant. As far well, when it came to the Pit War tortoise, I feel like the tortoise is solid for the most part, but not very memorable. Decent design language, I'd say, but the Zyglak wins. In terms of the Baraki combinations, the Zyglak is king. I shall take a drink of tea. The Matoran and the Hydruka didn't combine into anything. Oh, that's another thing. The two Hydruka. Morak, the blue one, and the red one is Thulox, which I do have. I rebuilt. Awesome. I have to get Morak at some point. But those were like little tiny, I don't know. They walk on four legs, they have tails that end with a Zammer launcher, which is, in the story, like an air blaster. I don't get it. But the Hydruka were interesting, for the most part. $5 for those, sure. It was a deal, in my opinion. Well, I don't know if they were $5 or not. I don't remember. Somebody post in the comment section below. Oh boy. Then, what do we get? Nocturne was not even a Rahi. That was a Baraki minion. And, well, second half we got Gadunka. Oh, and I forgot, in 2006 we did get the Fenrak spider, which was pretty freaking cool. And, of course, the absolute mammoth that is the Cardass dragon. I love the Cardass dragon. I built it myself out of parts from my own collection years ago. And, I really love the Cardass dragon. It's so fucking awesome. Oh, I hate myself for taking it apart, but parts break, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we did get Gadunka in 2007, which was a tiny little Rahi, but then touched by the Mask of Life, and also big monster with monstrous jaws. Nom nom nom. Yeah. As ridiculous as the name is, I do really like the build of Gadunka and his wide stature. I got him for Christmas of that year, and I felt like the build was pretty good. Why did he need a squid shooter, though? There's no reason for Gadunka to have a squid shooter! What the flying fuck? He has claws and a jaw that can bite you. He has teeth that can penetrate armor. Why does he need a squid shooter? Gadunka was pretty good. The name is ridiculous, and there were some errors here and there, but Gadunka was fine. And then there was the Manutri penguin thing with guns on both sides. I don't know. This thing was weird. You combine Nuparu and Matoro Mari with Karapar, or as I used to call him, Crapper. Shit. Shit. Well, yeah, the Manutri is kind of weird. I don't get why the Manutri was designed. Lego Club Magazine content, sure. Okay. I understand why they did that. The Manutri is alright. For the most part. But it's also kind of lame, to be honest. Then, there were little promo sets where you got a little Matoran guy with a sword, you got the squid function thing, which looks like some kind of Rahi with a squid shooter built into its torso abdomen thing, shell. I still need to build that. I have the instructions via a JPEG image. So I'll build that at some point. I have the parts. So, and then there was this Bad Guy 2007 thing, which I did build. It was a Rahi little thing with a blaster as part of its chest gun. That was kind of cool. Yeah. Whatever. As far as 2007 goes with the Titans, besides Gadunka, well, we got Hydraxon and... Oh! Yeah, there was the Energy Hound, the Spinax, from Max Lost and Spinax. I like Spinax, I thought it was cool. Similar build in some ways to Alec, one of the Baraki, but this was a cool, nice little Energy Hound. I enjoyed the build of Spinax. In fact, there was a YouTube channel, in fact it still exists, they don't make any stuff anymore, but Spinax fan forever. So you can understand why Spinax was the phenomenon that everyone really enjoyed. I like Spinax, I thought it was great. And that's it. Yep, that's it for 2007. Oh, God. Why? There was some good things in 2007. The Karzani set didn't come with any Rahi. Unless you want to count that trap as a Rahi, but it's not. It's just a trap. Lasovic, not a Rahi. That's basically it. That's basically it. Wow. Okay, so in 2008, we got a combination model between Toa Ignica, Pohatu Fantoka, and Vampra Makuta. This was pretty cool. It was the Niazesk. It was an insect-like cretin from the skies of Cardanoi. Yeah, and it looked kind of alright, but again, there was no functions. They weren't putting functions in these Rahi anymore. Don't get me started on Bionicle Decay. Oh, fuck. Well, the Niazesk was kind of cool. It was alright. I could never figure out the head build until I looked at the instructions lately, and I'm like, oh, okay. But, yeah, the Niazesk was kind of cool. I liked it. Wish it was better, though. Yeah, it's not that great. But, then there's the Clack. No, that's a totally different beast. The Clack, which has powers of some sort. It is a bird-like thing from 2008. It had the power to zap Kirop and turn it back into a Onumatorn, or Matorn of Light. I don't know. This was interesting. I was able to build it using parts from my own collection. Hooray! Not that great, though. It's not that great. But as a simple little polybag build from the Brickmaster series of stuff, it was alright. I did enjoy building the Clack. In 2008, again, with the... Fuck, what am I forgetting? Well, there's, oh god, what was it? In 2008, there was Trinuma, which was a combination model between the three Mystica Toa, but that was an actual character, not a Rahi. So, whatever. It's like with Botar from 2006, he was made out of 2 Titan sets! And, yeah, wasn't a Rahi. Even though he might look like one in some way, but not really. Then there was this... Okay, there was a Rahi in 2008 for the Mystica Makuta. You got this thing called a Swamp Stalker or something like that. I don't remember the fucking name. But it looked... It didn't look that great. It looked like shit. It was a combination model between Krika, Gorast, and Bittel. And I'm sorry, but the swamp stalker looked like shit. It looked like shit. It really did. I don't like the design of it. The look of it just screams, we've got to design something fast. Here we go. Here's the parts. Design something. Go. Didn't work out. So I never built that because I don't like it. I don't like the swamp stalker. It looks like stupid. It looks really stupid. I mean, come on. What we needed was a combination model between the three Shadow Matoran from 2008. I mean, there was another one, Voltraz, and there was another one called Vican, but we won't get into that. And that's pretty much it. Well, at least we got something in 2008, but it wasn't that great. And in 2009, oh boy, we got very little at all. Also, I did forget in 2007 we did get the little Hana Crab, which I do have built over there. It's on my stereo. Actually, no. Yeah, it is on my stereo. I'm sorry. And I like the Hana Crab. It's simple, but I enjoy the build. And if you have a Kodak blaster attached to it, crab with a gun. Yeah, that's always funny. In 2009, we got the Pharaoh and Skirmix set, and this Pharaoh was just a bone hunter, basically. Or maybe he was the leader of the bone hunters. I don't know. Does the story suggest that? Fuck if I know. But in 2009, we did get Skirmix, which you could see as a Rahi, sure, but it's the rock steed. So there's a mass of them in the story, and they looked like a T-Rex. They looked like a dinosaur, fucking T-Rex. You know, the Lego Creator T-Rex right there. So I swear, if I get the Pharaoh and Skirmix set, I might just display them right there with that T-Rex. We'll see. Skirmix was pretty cool. I liked the overall build of Skirmix. Not really any functions. You had a lot of posability with the figure. Obviously, you can attach Pharaoh onto its back. You can open its jaw. You make it look like it's biting something. It does use the head sculpt thing of Fenrak. So that's pretty cool. Well, that's it. All you can do is just open the jaw and pose it around. No creativity whatsoever. But it does look really nice. As a T-Rex dinosaur-like thing, I do like Skirmix. I feel like it's a fantastic set. There's a combination model called the Sand Stalker, and it looks like absolute trash. I watched Skybird's video on the Sand Stalker, and he made a much better interpretation or representation of the Sand Stalker. It looked better, in my opinion. So go watch Skybird's video on that. Yes, it is truly seen as the worst combination model. Well, that's kind of going a little far, because I've seen some bad combination models. But this one really takes the cake. I mean, seriously, the Sand Stalker was absolute shit. There was no redeeming it. Even if you took all the parts from Pharaoh and Skirmix and Malum and just mash them together, see what you can come out with it, there was no redeeming this beast. It was trash. So, yeah, Skybird made it better. And I could totally see that that creation he made. I could totally see that being in the sands or the dunes of the sand dunes of Barra Magna. That would be cool. Hell, you could see an army of them chasing after Matanui and whatnot. That would be funny. Not really. And that was it. Oh, but there's another polybag! There was another Brickmaster exclusive called the Click. Jesus Christ, that's annoying. Yes, the Click Beetle. This was released as part of the Brickmaster program, which I don't think is a thing anymore. And it was also reissued with the deluxe pack of Bionicle the Legend Reborn. Because the Click Beetle is in that movie and ends up befriending Matanui. So that's cool. I guess they had extra, way too many extra clicks in the store, so they might as well, in their inventory, so they might as well just create a deluxe pack and send it out to the folks. And I never got that deluxe pack, I just have the standard edition. But that's basically it. The Click Beetle is sentimental in a way, you know. You have to have the Click Beetle because it was Matanui's pet Scarabax Beetle. And it was pretty cool. The problem was, it's just as simple as the clack from the previous year. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Yeah. Oh, and then there was also the spigot from the Baroness V7 vehicle. I actually like the spigot. It doesn't have any functions, but it poses as two heads. Yeah. It was a decent build. It had a slight different coloration of the Gresh sword piece. It was lighter in color, which was cool, especially in the darker green. It was lighter in color. And that's it. 2010, we saw nothing. That's because we got the stars, and the combination model was terrible. It really was. Seriously, if you like Gardas, what is wrong with you? No, seriously, what is wrong with you? Fuck off. I mean, really. Gardas is not that great of a combination model, but we needed one for the stars. The Bionicle stars were not that great anyway, so it's only fair to have a not that great combination model. Yay, yay, Skippy. Well, again, it wasn't that great, and it still ended up being canon, so yay. There was also a combination model between the Barrag. It was the Barrag Spider, which was kind of shit, to be honest, and so was the alternate model for the what was it? The Exoto. It was some raptor thing. That also looked kind of crappy. As far as alternate models for the Nui Rama, the Nui Kopen, that was pretty cool, I felt. It still had functions, so there you go. The Tarakava Nui was weird, but hey, it was cool. The Kuma Nui was pretty cool, too. See, the 2001, 2002, 2003 stuff were the best out of all years in terms of Rahi. What happened after 2003? 2004 to 2009, borderline 10, it just went all sort of, what the fuck? I mean, seriously. The Rahi started to become generic, also started to become a bit weird, and also lacking functions. I mean, the book, the Rahi Beasts book, fuck you, has all kinds of mocks that were made, submitted for that book, but those were mocks. I don't count them, even though they're part of canon. Sure, like the Spiny Stone Ape is a big thing, but he looked pretty cool. There's also a tarantula of some sort, silver shoot tarantula, whatever, I don't fucking care. Blade Burrower was a thing too. Archives Mole. You know, the manas can combine into the Mana Ko. okay. Okay. It was kind of okay, I guess, but it was also kind of just, what the hell. The new Ijaga can combine into the Kahu bird, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. There were other Rahi from the first 3 years that were just fantastic. I don't know what happened starting in 2004. Everything just started to become, what the fuck? You know? Rahi, like I said, used to be great. They used to be fantastic and fun. Then in 2004, we started to see a trend where functions were starting to be traded in terms of, well, for posabilities stuff and looks and whatnot. And this is 100% true. LEGO basically didn't give a fuck about functions anymore. Fuck the functions. We don't need to be doing this anymore. Let's just pump out some Rahi that have no functions, but feature some really cool parts, and fans will eat it up. Yeah, well, fuck you. Your philosophy is dumb. At this point, it feels like G1, the Rahi we're starting to get, starting in 2004, starting to get a little stale, a little dumbed down, a little bit, it just felt wrong, you know? Some of these Rahi models, there were some gems out there, obviously, but it feels like the first 3 years had the best Rahi, but again, there were some gems in the following 6 years or whatever. But it felt like nothing was going to compare to the first 3 years. And that's sad, because there were some really good models that were created in 2004 through the rest of G1's run. And fans still make pretty decent alt models for the 4 sets from 2004 to 2009. Skybird makes a massive fuck ton of Rahi. You should check out his channel. And yeah, I can totally see all his Rahi being in G1 somewhere in the universe. Especially that Sandstalker revamp. That was fucking awesome. Good job, Skybird. But yeah, Rahi, again, they used to be great, but then they started to become a little bit strange. A little bit lackluster, and also painfully ugly in some cases. You take a look at some of the Rahi creations from LEGO, and then the Rahi creations from, well, us the fans, and we can do better than LEGO, apparently. Well, the problem is, I'm not that good at designing Rahi. I just like the classic stuff. Yeah. Nothing was ever going to top the first 3 years. And that's sad. That really is sad. The Toa Nuva didn't have a Rahi alt model of some sort. Oh well. In G2, we did get animals. We got the skull spiders, which were just spiders of skulls. Yeah. We got the Lord of Skull Spiders, which is a giant 6-legged spider monstrosity. I've grown to like the set, but whatever. He should have had four legs on either side of his body instead of 3. 3! Why not 4? Not a proper spider, in my opinion. Even Skybird made a better, albeit smaller, spider than LEGO did. The Lord of Skull Spiders was just kind of eh, but at least they tried. Skull Scorpio, it was a skull villain scorpion thing with a tail that was just kind of an interesting function, but it also kind of fails. I grew to like Skull Scorpio, though. I don't see it to be a total fucking flop, but at least you can see a mass of the Skull Scorpions going after Pohatu if he really pissed them off enough. There was the creatures. Okay, the creatures were cool, I thought. They were missing something, though. I felt like there was something missing from the creatures. They could have been better, but at the same time, you know, uniting them with their Toa, it's definitely something to behold. And that was it. Honestly, there were a lack of creatures. There were a lack of actual Rahi in 2015 and 2016. Which is why there was a user, I think on BZ Power, that actually did some custom Rahi for G2, and that was pretty cool. There was also Ikimu's bird friend, a gill, creature of light. Okay, nice little bonus foil pack with one of the magazines. Sure. Same thing with the little skull scorpion thing. I have both. And I kind of like the Skull Scorpion a little bit more because it's different, albeit simple. To be honest, the bird is actually much better. Not this bird. I mean, a gill, creature of light. One day I hope that LEGO would kind of address the fact that they kind of borked the Rahi in G1 and realized that the G2 creatures weren't all that great. There clearly needed to be better Rahi from 2004 onward with functions, but still retaining a decent form factor to them. Otherwise, well, we got what we got. And there was some pretty shit models, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't like some of the stuff from 2004 onward. There are some really shitty models. Looking at you, Sandstalker, Swamp Stalker. There was probably others I can't remember. But I think the best Rahi from 2004 onward, that era, was the Cardass Dragon from 2006. Fucking awesome. I mean, really. You build the Cardass Dragon for yourself and you will understand why I love that set. I never got it myself, but I built it out of parts from my own collection. I don't have enough parts to build it now, but hey. Maybe I'll find it new in box on eBay someday. And maybe I can build it. And maybe it'll go back there somewhere. I can only dream, can't I? Well, that's basically it for this video. This video ran on for way too fucking long. And I don't do much editing. So this video is just going to be completely uncut. And I hope y'all like that sort of style. And I need a drink of tea. Voice box is hurting. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. What do you think about the prospect of Rahi being better than they ended up being from 2004 onward? Or do you like all the Rahi that LEGO shot out? And do you just like Bionicle everything about it, that you can't see any fucking flaws? That's elitism. It really is. And I'll have a video talking about that another day. We need better Rahi models. And I've seen some great ones from Skybird. Trust me, he has a lot of them. I'm not pulling shit out of my ass. He literally had over 200 fucking Rahi designed. Oh my god. So, yeah. There's some great creative minds out there that are making great Rahi. Hell, I might even challenge myself to build a Rahi that is as good as the stuff from 2001 to 2003, but with a little bit, a sprinkle, a hint of 2004, because the, at least the Kikinalo was pretty cool. I really liked the Kikinalo. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. I might have one more for y'all today. Depends on how much time is left in the day. So, because right now it's after 4. So, by the time I upload this, it'll probably be dinner time. So, well, that's it for this video. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks. Have a good fucking day, and peace.